It's horror prompt time, and let's see what the next prompt is. So it was last time's poor little thing. So the next one is seeing double trouble. My thoughts with this straight up is, do I take this in a human direction or do I take this in a monster direction? Because with this prompt, we can sort of go either way. We can make it horrifying regardless of what we put into this. So I'll grab a pencil. So we have seeing double trouble. So I'm thinking two twins. Two boys, because when I think of trouble, I don't think of girls. Which is, I don't know. Is that wrong? Boys seem to be a little bit more crazier than girls, so I'm just you know, doodling shit here, so just to get some ideas going. We've got twins, maybe, whether they're like babies or they're a toddler, and they're mischievous. They're up to no good. Maybe they're kneeling down on the ground, you know, playing with something. Like this guy's bent over, prodding something. Nothing's coming to mind yet. Oh, just had an image flash across in front of my eyes. Okay, sometimes I gotta do this. Sometimes I gotta wait for an image to flash. That's how my brain works. I will sit here and I will think, and then an image will just go like that, straight like that. That's how I come up with a lot of things. Maybe we drop the twin boys thing and sort of think outside the square a little bit, which is what this image was that just flashed in front of my eyes. Maybe we do a two-headed monster. Maybe we just like have a really broad chest, and they've got two heads, and so they're basically like two monsters in one, but they just share a body. And then, but you're seeing double trouble because, you know, two heads together is way worse than one. Maybe we even have this guy holding a head dripping with blood, and maybe this one's holding the knife that cut the head off. Oh, Jesus. That's the idea. That's what I'm gonna go with. So I'm just gonna go and refine this, and let's refine this piece here and see what we come up with, shall we? Man, I've been really jumping on the cyborg bandwagon at the moment. I really have been enjoying drawing the cyborgs, and that's why I continue to do it. I'm on a little bit of a roll, so when I'm on a little bit of a roll, I just keep going until I get sick of that, and then I move on to the next thing. So with this piece, I wanted to go as scary as possible, and I do believe that this thing is quite frightening. Seeing double trouble, your mind goes to twins, and that's exactly what mine did, but I really wanted to sort of get away from that and and do something a little tiny bit sort of left wing a little bit, and that's when I decided that this might be it. Instead of having two individual people have a cyborg monster thing have two heads, so they're basically two entities, but they share the one body. Does that make sense? I hope so. But anyway, so this thing is just, you know, it was just built to maim and destroy. And what it is it's just going through, taking out all these creatures that can potentially harm as well, or do harm to other people or humans. So technically this thing is probably it's probably good in a way. It does protect humans, and it deals with all the demons and all the other things that are no good. So the story behind this monster cyborg is it kills these other monsters, other demons, and other creatures that are bad, and it has a big sword type blade on one hand, on one arm, and then the other is it likes to wear the head as a puppet on its other arm and walk around parading this head in kind of like a fashion that would intimidate and freak out the other creatures that are looking on, to say, hey, you want to come and mess with us, or you want to, you know, be terrible to other living things that are good on this world, then this is what you're gonna have to deal with, is we will cut your head off and parade it around like a puppet. Very sick and twisted, I know. So this thing, this creature that they've killed kind of looks like a cross between like a Frankenstein and an alien. It was just something that, I don't know, I just drew it and just left it. It looked like those two combined. And then I just added some hoses and the artillery belt thing with some shotgun bullets attached to it. Where the gun is, it's anyone's guess, but I don't know, it just sort of felt right. Even though they don't have a gun, it could be an option. They could pick up the gun when the other side and the other side that's got the head on its arm, when it's not doing that, maybe it picks up the gun and starts shooting. Who knows? All these questions, I know. But I ended up adding a couple of the paint pens into this piece. I added the silver and the bullet strap, artillery strap that goes around its body. I ended up getting the putty color, or it might be the walnut color, I can't remember now, and coloring that in and sort of just mixing that in and using those paint pens again, because I'm really enjoying using those paint pens at the moment. So there's another thing that I'll keep doing until I get sick of it, and I'll just move on to something else that I've discovered or found. So yeah, that's the story behind this creature. And I was a little bit undecided of what color I wanted to go, so I sort of just picked a reddy sort of color, because I'm always doing greens and blues and grays for monsters. So I thought, bugger it, let's do something different. Let's do a browny red sort of colored monster, sort of give it like a sort of like a Mars kind of vibe, I suppose. This one's not too bad. It was just a simple piece, just another one to add to the horror series. One thing I can't do is actually put watercolor over the top of these paint pens. It does go over a little bit, but it sort of just sort of separates a bit, and yeah, it's not ideal to be painting over the top of those paint pens. It just doesn't look that great. Like, I made it work, and if you do sort of get right in there and color, like put the paintbrush in there and sort of really wiggle it around and get that watercolor in there, it will go over. But yeah, it still does separate a fair bit. So yeah, that is this Seeing Double Trouble prompt. If you want to join in, you want to draw your own version of Seeing Double Trouble, by all means, I've got all the information in the description below to where to share it, to show me so I can see it, and I will include it into the next videos, however long it takes you guys to draw whatever you want to draw, and yeah, I'll definitely include it. So that is it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.